Okay. Tell us what you've been doing today with Darren.
Today we've just gone through back. Darren's been doing, I think he's been phasing his training over the last couple of months and doing 4 weeks heavy, 4 weeks light. Today we went back to basics really, did some deadlifting, then did some narrow grip pull downs, some chins, well one set of chins, and then a couple of isolating exercises. So it's a bit of a change for Daz. He should be nice and sore tomorrow. Hit those fibres nice and deep. Fairly brief. Training took us around about an hour today for a major body part like back. That's pretty good going, especially when 3 of us are training. So it's a good workout.
What made you want to train together?
Daz came down to see me last year a couple of times, and I think we trained back. I think we trained back then, didn't we? And you know, like Daz, I mean, I love going to different gyms and training at different gyms. You know, I find that I get more motivation from training somewhere else, from other people taking a look at me, seeing, you know, how I'm coming along, how I'm lifting, just giving me little pointers. And that's exactly what Daz is doing this year. You know, he's making sure that he's covering all bases for the British in October. And he's doing exactly the right thing. I've never met a man that is as dedicated as Daz, apart from myself. And you know, if you want to be the best at anything, you've got to make the effort, you've got to put yourself out. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's putting himself out there and doing what's required to become a champion.
What do you think would be changed from last year to this year for the British finals with Darren?
I mean, I said to Daz just the other day that what he needs to bring to the British stage this year is the old Daz ball. The Daz ball, you know, of 2007, when everybody, you know, took a massive intake of breath when he walked on stage. When I was competing in the light heavies in 2007 against Flex, and I remember being backstage and seeing Daz getting ready, pumping up backstage, and my jaw just hit the floor. The conditioning, the size, it was all there. And I think had it not been for the hernia, I think Daz would be sitting there now as a British champion, because he completely outmassed Flex. And okay, you know, Daz has issues with his abdomen, like a lot of bodybuilders do, but I think if he can bring in a tighter midsection, but bring in that, you know, that wow factor and be 35 pound heavier than last year, I think a lot of people are going to sit up and take note.
Percentage-wise, how much do you think he's going to improve from last year?
Well, I think what Daz brought to the table last year was a different look. Personally, I didn't like the look of the British showing. I thought the week after, Daz and I did a guest spot together at the Hercules, and he'd filled out nicely. I think he was probably about 16-17 pound heavier, and that was just a week later, but still with the same condition, if not better, because the muscles were fuller. I think if he can bring that look to the table, then he's going to be causing some upsets. I think that as far as his weight goes, he's going to be heavier than last year. He's going to be a lot heavier than last year. And I know that Daz is working on breathing techniques, doing some yoga and some other bits and pieces, you know, to try and make the jigsaw fit together and produce the end product.
What's going to be changing from his training methods the last couple of years to this year for the British?
I think Daz has got the right idea. You know, he's mixing up his training. He's periodising his training. He's doing some heavy weeks, 4 heavy weeks, and then 4 lighter weeks, going for more repetitions and perhaps more sets, more volume. And I think in this kind of phase of dieting, even though he's taking in over 6,000 calories a day, the body's in a fairly delicate state. Body fat levels are very low. You can't push it too much because your nervous system's going to take a hammering. So I've suggested to Darren what he does now is he perhaps pulls back a little bit from the training, just trains once a day rather than twice a day, and in the place of that training session he just does a little bit of very low impact cardio. We'll just give him a bit of a rest, it'll help keep him full. He'll be able to utilise all those calories and, you know, possibly even grow into the show, which a lot of guys do. But I think that's going to help him a lot.
I know Darren plays a little bit of football outside of the gym. Do you think that's a good idea for people to be doing that sort of sport? I
mean, Daz is a family man. He's got a couple of kids, and he likes to keep fit. He likes to keep healthy, and that's great because a lot of heavyweights and super heavyweights don't. You know, they'll shy away from cardio. They look like shit. They feel like shit, and they can't walk for shit. So Darren doing his cardio is great, but doing other things apart from outside of bodybuilding, I think is now probably a mistake for Darren. He needs to get serious about this. You know, if he's going to be a pro bodybuilder, which is his plan in October, he needs to act and work like a pro, and that means football goes out the window. Go and watch it by all means, but don't play it. You tear a quad, you get your leg broken, that's your career over. You know, same with sparring. You get a bicep tear, game over. You know, as good as surgery is, it's going to put you out for a year and it may never look the same. So I would just say stick to doing your cardio, low impact cardio. By all means, watch sports and enjoy them, but don't partake in them.